Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting of the Belgium Village Board to order for the 9th of March. If everyone could please stand for Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have a roll call of officers, please?
Andrew Bartley, Sarah Heisler, Chris Clear, Rose Sowers, Kevin Schuler, and Dan Wolf.
We are going to have a public hearing this evening, which I presume is why many of you are here this evening, regarding an application submitted by ANSI Development and Laura Klingelholtz, I hope I'm not massacring your name, to rezone a portion of the property known as Lot 2 on the CSM map approved by the village board from I institutional to RD1 single family residence district. I do want to clarify that we're only discussing the rezoning this evening. It's not going to be anything having to do with the actual development. This is just, do we rezone it from institutional to single family residence? Anybody who would like to address the board should address the board, not any of the parties involved, should step up to the podium, clearly announce your name, and then we're giving everybody 2 minutes. So would anybody like to speak? Anybody at all?
Concerning the rezoning?
Concerning the rezoning at this point.
I will
Although there will be, we could probably have a few minutes of public input at the start of the actual meeting, but this hearing is for the rezone for.
Well, my only question, I'm sure you can hear me,
Up at the,
is can you have a zoning for one area with two separate zonings in it from?
first, please
Is that
state your name for the board and the assembly.
Steve Newstetter, I live on Lincoln Avenue, or
Thank you.
Lincoln Court, and resident of Belgium. That's my question. Is it going to be one, or is it going to be the other? Is it going to be both institutional and single-family zoning? And is that legal?
Is there anyone, Brad?
Sure,
you wanna-
Yeah, so my recommendation is public hearing. We'll get your comments, and when the board discusses it, we'll
Okay.
cover your questions and concerns.
That's my question.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak? This is your opportunity, so.
Well, I want more information before I speak. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, I've never been here. I'm young yet, so I'm trying to learn this, but I'm a house that's right next to.
I will tell you that no, go ahead, please, and state your name.
I'm Jennifer Kissinger. I own the 308 Park Street that's right next to the lot line, where my house is literally 4 feet from that lot line. And I was told when I wanted to buy or purchase the shed next to it, because everyone thought it was mine, good luck. You're never going to be able to, because it's going to stay as a school thing. Now, like he said, how are we going to have our daycare that everybody needs? And then you're going to do the rezoning for this? How's that legal? That's what I want to know. And then also, when you look at the map, why isn't the road just going straight? So we're going to do a zag. We already have enough issues with Park Street where people don't want to stop at that stop sign. Sorry. I don't know if anybody else sees that, but I've lost my voice for yelling because I have little children that are on the road of Dean that I'm scared for them. And I'm a grandma. So my grandchild gets screamed at all the time. And she already knows, like, man, I'm not passing the grass, I promise, because I'm on the corner.
Right.
So again, like he asked, how is this going to be legal? Are we losing the daycare for the community? Because that would really concern me, because I needed it when I had a daughter here. You know, and then the other thing is, if we're going to do that, then we're going to have to investigate that school area for asbestos and all that other things, you guys are opening a can of worms. Because people are going to ask questions about this stuff. And we wanted to know more information before we came and asked you questions, because I sound like an idiot, I'm sure.
Well,
Because
not
you guys have a lot more information than I do. I'm looking at a map going, this is your job, it's not my job. I don't
You're
understand.
not going to sound half as much of an idiot as the village pro tem myself am about to, because I'm not the village president. I found out 2 minutes after walking in the door that I would be presiding at the meeting.
Okay.
I was not at the planning commission meetings.
Okay.
I know virtually as much about it as you do at
Okay.
this point.
Well, when
So
can
I
the
would
president come
say-
and do this so we can do it another day? I think we should put it
I-
back then. If
I-
the
I
president's
would
not even
say-
here,
Is-
why
is
are we
there-
trying to do it?
It really doesn't matter if she's here or not,
I-
or the board, she's not the board.
Okay,
Well,
but
I'm just explaining
the
that
president
I don't have
would
the
be,
answers.
would have maybe more
Clarification.
information. I guess that's what I'm
Any
saying.
comments, please, if you want to give them now, and then the board will discuss them. But the public hearing is not meant to be a back and forth between the board.
Well, I know, but I would like a lot more information just
That's-
than just the,
And
the
that can be
picture.
noted that you want more information. Yep.
Definitely.
Okay.
And it can also be noted that this may not necessarily need to be the only, we can have members of the planning commission
Right.
come and.
And the ones that are living right next to, can we get in on that? Because you're not gonna wanna put a lot right on top of my lot.
Okay, I'm sorry, that was.
That was 2 minutes.
That's my 2 minutes.
The school, right next to, on Park Street. Okay.
Anyone else from the public like to speak?
You can, well, it's a big deal for the water. But you have questions, Jim?
And again, I would ask that anybody who's addressing, just because the mics don't cover, this is being recorded, and the mics don't cover all of the vicinity, so please do come up to the podium and state your name, please.
I'm Carmen Kirsch, and I live on Dean Road, right next to Jenny. And we have a ditch in our backyard. What's happening to that ditch? We were supposed to keep that ditch.
Wetland.
Yes, that all is wetland. Mike Unsie should have never built there. I've had 3 floods already in my basement. We have 2 sump pumps in there, one ready to go when there's a lot of rain. And what's gonna happen to the ditch? And I have a lot of questions, and nobody said anything yet, so I'm like Jenny, I would like to know what the hell's going on. I mean, I had that nice big field in my backyard for 20 years now. I bought in 2006. I had 20 years of a nice big backfield where I had no neighbors, no nothing. Now all of a sudden they want to put all these houses back there? Why? I don't want to live in Milwaukee. That's why I'm living in Belgium again. I grew up in Belgium, outside of Belgium. And that's why I'm living here again. I don't want to move to Milwaukee and have that much room. So I have a lot of questions. That's all I want to say.
Well, as has been announced by the village clerk, we're not doing a back and forth, but I would say that if you have questions, now is the time to ask them. So basically, your question is, what is going to become of the wetlands area? Is that the question I'm hearing from you, or?
Pretty much, and the way that road is coming.
Okay,
That's all, maybe also some drainage concerns.
Right. That's right. We just want to know what your concerns are, so that can be factored into our
The
consideration.
fact that it's wetlands and that house shouldn't have been built there, why I bought it, I don't remember. Why I bought it, I bought that house. That used to be Kowalski's farmland, they didn't even farm it. I live next to Kowalski's, so.
So can I ask a quick question?
Well-
I'll just sit down.
Let me just ask, before we go to secondary rounds. Is there anyone who hasn't spoken yet who would like to speak? Okay,
Is
I guess
anyone-
you've got
Is
it.
anyone here from the applicant here that want to address? And that might, that might, Handles.
I'm happy to.
sure, that'd be a good idea. Maybe I'll fill in the public as to.
I think that would be a great idea.
I'm Brian Westman. I'm with Ansay Development Corporation, and I am one of the applicants for this hearing. So I can address, Ms. Kissinger, your concerns right now. Sorry. I apologize. Thank you. I did take some notes. So you're one of the homes directly east of
Right
the
on the
land,
border,
correct?
yeah, everybody
Okay.
thinks that shed is mine.
Do you mind, can you pull up, so we have a visual of the site, just for everyone?
Oh, yeah, because it's 4 feet off that line.
I can, so one of your concerns was what is happening with the daycare? The daycare is remaining a 2.64 acre parcel. The daycare will remain operational. There is no intention of closing it at all. It will still remain operational from the existing operators of the daycare. So that's not changing. There are the wetland, there's one wetland on the northeast side of that most northeast side lot that we are proposing for a future. Obviously, we're not talking about the individual lots and the plat, but we wanted to be transparent and open upfront right away with the proposals. So the wetland, we did get this wetland delineated last year. So the wetland is in the top right corner. I cannot speak personally, only because I don't have knowledge of the past developments of your home and the flooding that you experienced. Unfortunately, I can't speak to that, but I'm happy we can, connect and maybe I can get more, more of your understanding of
Me
that.
too, because like her, I have 2 sump pumps in one hole.
Absolutely.
That run 24/7, 7 days a week,
Mhm.
that I am pumping everybody's water for them.
No.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And like she said, the ditch is where it's supposed to run off, and it doesn't seem to be running either.
And the ditch that you are speaking of, where is that exactly? Help me orientate
It would
exactly,
be better if you come to the house. We can show you.
It's just-
Behind Dean Road.
just so I know.
It's just on the. Can I walk up?
Yes, absolutely, please.
Oh, yes,
Better
please.
showing
Please do,
you something.
absolutely. I just want to make sure I'm, understanding your comments and your concerns and be able to relay them.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be right on top of my house.
The ditch we're talking about
Mhm.
runs right here.
And it splits the property line, I would
Yes.
imagine, so it's
Yes.
half, okay. That is, need to take a look at the survey. I don't remember them mentioning an existing ditch, but to that, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up, both of you. That is something that I can talk to our engineers and discuss. The house setbacks, there is a 25-foot setback. So the closest a home, and not saying that's gonna make it sound any better to you, but I'm just telling,
My house
code in
still
that. 25 rear setbacks for any home that would be built there. Again, not saying that's, gonna help you feel better or make you, I'm just telling you that's the code. And again, right now, this meeting we aren't proposing those lots to be there right now. But I'm happy to connect with you and discuss and any more concerns as a resident.
So that's not set in stone, then you're saying if we needed it to be moved a little bit, you would be willing to work with us?
This is our initial proposal that we sent in front of the village. We wanted to show and be transparent with everyone what we're proposing because we are working with the village engineers on part of the Park Street reconstruction with all the sanitary and all the utilities. We wanted to make sure that, if you're ripping up Park Street now, we want to make sure we don't have to rip up the street multiple times. We want to try to make it as cohesive at the same time. So that is why we presented this to the village early on for engineers to do stormwater calcs and everything with that. So no, it is not set in stone. This could change.
I never put one, sorry, just,
No.
Park Street.
No.
Okay.
Not aware of
I
that.
didn't know if you were aware of it.
Yes.
Danny, do you have any input that could shed any further light regarding this ditch that
Well,
was being discussed?
Like back there is just, it's a ditch for the water runs off and it goes to the north, probably
Mhm.
3/4 of the way down there, then there's a sewer where it empties into, and then it goes into the ponds around by the, up by the village hall here. I mean, I've been in contact with Matt, our engineer, and, Ozzy's engineer, we had team meetings and everything, and they have everything probably drawn out that there's gonna be a swale back there where the water's gonna run, the way it looks now. I mean, like I said, the engineers are working on it.
So putatively, this could end up being a better situation
I
in terms
think
of.
it'd be better than anything that did,
Right.
the water ain't gonna stand back there now, so.
And again, this isn't a final layout at all. I mean, this could change as, and more engineering is done as you work with the village and work with the community more. This could change. Again, this is the first look for the village, for residents to see, and we wanted to be open and transparent. We want to just say rezone and not show the lots that we are thinking about. We wanted to at least let everyone know what we're thinking, and this isn't final, and we're not voting on these individual lots or even that proposed road layout right now. So just, we're open to figure out what's best for the community.
And that was a very wet area when,
Mhm.
that street went in subdivision, went in Dean Road. I mean, there was some areas where they had to dig deeper to get down the virgin ground and everything, so it was a wet area, but it's,
And again, I cannot speak for that personally, but I can definitely look into that history.
So what is proposed with the sheds that's on that, those lots where you've got it split?
So that shed would be moved. It would be moved so it wouldn't even be on the property is what our initial plans are. Again, we don't have anything set in stone, but that would be we would move that so it wouldn't even be on this parcel, either parcel.
And would you like to follow up? with your
Yes,
question?
I'm confused. Who owns this land?
What's,
So you,
and so,
you're gonna develop it
no,
with her?
so Anze Development is purchasing the property from the existing owners.
And that would be
Correct.
Ms.
Yes.
pronounce her name, Fliegel?
Correct.
Why is it all of a sudden up for sale?
I can't answer that. I think I personally can't answer why it's up for sale. I am,
Well, it's-
And
you know,
I'm
that's
not sure that that's
that's not
really
really a-
important to know. People have a right to sell their property, so.
I'm just trying to figure out who owns what in the zoning thing. That's all.
It's part of the school.
Okay, sir, if you could please step up. I'm sorry, we can't really hear, and it's being broadcast, so. And state your name for the record, please.
Ron Schmitz, I live on Main Street. I'm just wondering, so is Andy gonna purchase the school too, or just, they would purchase the whole thing?
the whole thing,
Okay.
everything.
And my other question was, so did the plan commission vote on this all already, or?
Teresa?
They made the recommendation for tonight, and that's what we're doing
So they
tonight.
discussed it all?
Correct.
Was there a meeting that I missed where I didn't know about coming to? Or was it just that it was brought up to the plan commission?
Correct.
Then
It
they
started
discuss
at
it.
Plan Commission made the recommendation to the board, and that's what we're doing now.
Okay, thank you.
Just for rezoning.
Correct. This is
Right.
just, we're
It's got
just,
needs.
Right,
rezoning
yeah.
has nothing
Yeah,
to do with
just
for
building
the
right
rezone.
now.
Okay, no, I was just wondering about the Lincoln School.
Stepping stones.
Did you want to talk about stepping stones or no?
Okay, and
It's up to you.
anyone else?
Rose.
Otherwise, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't, oh, yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, Laura Klingelhoots, I'm the owner of Stepping Stones. We are selling the whole property. However, the reason for the rezoning is we're keeping us institutional. Years ago, when we bought the property, it was already residential. And so we changed it to house the child care center. And then we just did the whole property at that time. But now The school will stay there. Stepping Stones has no plan to leave. Oh, man, I'd like to retire. And we're looking for this to go for years and years and years yet. Nancy has been really great working with us because we walked the property. I said, no, I wanted bigger boundaries for the center to keep some more of the natural. And so we've been working on it, but like you said, this isn't etched in stone yet, and they'll keep tweaking it and doing whatever works with their engineers on both the village and with what they're doing. So, but if you can see, the property's still really big that the center will be in. So lots of room for the kids yet, and we have the pond on the side yet, and we have our big playground, so.
So Laura, before you leave, what you're saying is Ansley's buying the whole thing and they're going to rent it to you for the
We're
daycare?
leasing it back.
And you're leasing it back and you have it in writing that it's gonna be how many years? You said years and years? I mean.
Years and years
Because I
and
know I
years.
have friends that need to know.
Yes,
That's
we have
why-
it.
another reason I'm here.
We have it for years and years and years. And what was I gonna say? With renewals forever.
Is that public known or is that just? a private?
Well, it's just how you write a
Well, I'm just
lease.
saying.
Yeah.
No, I just meant between Ansley, because sometimes.
Oh, yeah,
they'll put
no.
Publicly out there, hey, we're leasing this for this many years.
No, we're leasing it. We wanted to sell the whole
I
property.
didn't know if it's a private or public thing.
Okay, I'm going to give an opportunity, Okay. I'm going to give an opportunity for anyone who has not spoken yet to do so. Otherwise, I will be closing the public hearing on the rezoning for this piece of property. Anyone else who has not spoken who wishes to speak? Okay, at this,
My question, the wetland area there is not part of this discussion as far as rezoning?
it
Yes
is.
or no?
Yes, the rezone has no
Does not
correlation
appear.
with any wetland
Okay.
on this site. So wetland doesn't determine.
So that's really kind of up in the air of how you're going to use that.
Like, you're saying the wetland area is up in there where you're using.
You got
Correct.
ponds and yeah.
Okay, well, I am going to close the public hearing at this time. We will then commence to our regular board meeting. So thank you for coming out and for giving your opinions. We've been taking notes and it will factor, all of your concerns will be factored into our discussions. So, okay, at this point, I'm going to reopen the general meeting, and we will start with the Village Marshal's report. Leon.
Okay, last month, it was a pretty slow month. I gave out 11 tickets, parking tickets for the month, which was pretty slow. I also, a week ago, I wrote out a citation to the guy that blew off his fireworks. Over here on Peter Thine, I issued him a citation for starting a grass fire. And March started out pretty good. This morning, I almost gave out as many tickets this morning as I did all the last month. So it's starting out to be a pretty good month. Other than that, I have had no phone calls, no complaints all February. So it's going pretty good.
Well, keep up the good work, Leon. So thank you. At this point, I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda items. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda items. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Unfinished business, consideration, discussion, and possible action regarding. There is no unfinished business, so we will move on to new business, consideration, discussion, and possible action regarding 7.1, which is the public hearing. We have just done that. So 7.2, approve plan commission's recommendation to the village board to approve applications submitted by ANSY's Development and Laura Kimball-Holtz for minor land division. Does the board feel that they're ready to render, or do you think we should table this for further discussion?
I don't see a reason to table it.
I do have a question.
Okay,
So when you bought the Lincoln School property, was that zoned at that time residential? So that was zoned, and then you went through all this back then? Okay,
20-some years ago.
yep, okay.
Public records in that?
Well, there probably are, but can't I ask a question?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, so okay, that's what I was thinking.
Do we have the CSM? And we can put up the lots, Sean. Just want the board to understand that this is not a subdivision
look for
plat.
it.
This is a proposed CSM application.
so
This is a
we're,
minor land vision proposal.
right, so that is that's the
tied
only
to this
business in front of
rezone.
the board at the
Right.
moment, okay.
Can you see that okay?
To the attorney.
Well, technically.
I know I probably maybe out of line here, but is that illegal to do in an area that have two?
That's what the CSM,
So I asked for.
that's what the CSM does. It creates a land division. So
Uh-huh.
you don't have multiple zoning on one parcel. That's what the land division does, takes care of that concern.
So it's either gonna be one or the other.
No, the school would, the daycare would still be institutional, the rezoning, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, the proposal is gonna go around it the way I view the map.
Yeah, so the first action we're asking the village board to discuss is the minor land division of these two parcels that you're seeing on the screen. So the school parcel remains institutional, and the parcel that we are dividing out is that larger one that kind of surrounds it. The second action would then be to rezone the newly created parcel into residential. The school parcel would then remain institutional, and there would not be a change in zoning for the school parcel. So it's two separate actions.
And just so the board's aware, it's not uncommon in these situations where if there's gonna be any motion for any approval, you can make it contingent upon, like the land division, this certified survey map of application contingent upon rezone and vice versa. So if one moves forward, the other doesn't, you still have the option of saying, it's conditionally approved, subject to the rezone being approved, whether that's tonight or at another meeting. And I'll just want to give the board a heads up, for a rezone, this is a legislative enactment. So we need a ordinance before the board, not just a motion to action. So there will be another meeting for an ordinance approval, beyond what's on the agenda for tonight.
But that would apply to 7.2.
That's 7.3, correct.
Okay,
So 7.2, the one in front of us
7.2
right
does
now.
not need an ordinance,
Okay.
7.3 does.
that was my question. Well, if the board is prepared, I would entertain a motion regarding its intent for 7.2.
I'll make a motion to approve the plan commission's recommendation to the village board to approve the application submitted by Onsay Development and Laura Klinging Holtz for minor land division by the CSM located at 420 East Park Street.
I'll second.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded to approve Plan Commission's recommendation as put forth in 7.2 of our agenda. Discussion, anyone? All those in favor of proceeding and approving Plan Commission's recommendations, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. The Plan Commission's recommendation will move forward. 7.3, approve Plan Commission's recommendation to the village board to approve applications submitted by Ansay Development and Laura, I won't massacre your last name yet again, to change zoning from I institutional to RD1 single family residence district contingent upon the approval of the CSM Lot 2. Now, is this the one that we may need an ordinance? So
Yes, this
should-
one will need to be coming back with an actual ordinance. that
So
gets
there's
approved.
really nothing we can do at this point? We should table this matter
It should be
until-
tabled. Approval on the enactment, legislative action requires an ordinance.
I will take a motion for tabling this until the ordinance is put forward. Anyone?
I'll move to table 7.3, approve plan commission's recommendation until the ordinance has been drafted.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that, if we will be looking for an ordinance to further discussion on that. Discussion and possible action regarding the purchase of a wheeled skid loader.
So, in our capital plan, we had put in, our skid loader was due to be replaced this year. So you guys got quotes in front of you. We got a quote from Bobcat Plus, quote from John Deere, quote from Kubota, and at ABS is through Burmese, equipment. The little bid came in at, Kubota at $49,002.60. I mean, we looked at the used one, the used one that we looked at was, pretty in bad shape. Looked like it was in a salt mine, it was all rusted and everything, and there ain't that many used ones around. So that's why we geared towards a new one, so.
Danny, is there any feeling, I mean, regardless of the low bid, is there any preference you have to any of
We
these
checked
items?
everyone out, we went to John Deere, Kubota came out, Bobcat came out, and the guys like the Kubota. You get in the doors and-
So they like the Kubota and it's the low bid, so, well, that's a win-win. Okay,
Not the one good.
Andy, the Bobcat, the guy screwed up and didn't bid the apple to apple.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we had 40,000 budgeted for that, correct?
55.
Oh,
It's a runner budget. Can I throw something out there? My opinion, Ed, I look into this stuff, and we're buying a skid loader for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to see us buy the next size bigger. In all honesty, what you're gonna do and use, I've already used smaller ones like this size, and I looked into it. Could we look into a demo one? I think for the village growing in 20 years, I think the next size bigger machine would be more feasible to us in a lot of ways.
Well, the only reason why we stuck with this, we went this route, because this works within our budget.
I get it.
So
But we
that's
can,
why.
I mean, my opinion is, can we move something around? I mean, we had a pump go down, we moved things around. I just think knowing and doing, I just think would be a benefit to the village and doing something. The next machine size bigger,
So that
more
would be
clearance, next horsepower,
That would be the ABS.
Well, no, he wants us.
next size bigger machine in the Kubota.
Which
Oh,
I,
they
That's what you want? Get the next size bigger machine.
Danny, I think that's the one that we, when we went out to Luckins, that we played around with. I believe that was the next size big.
no, that was the correct stuff. Luckins and.
In for your, yes, you're correct.
I was with Ryan.
I dealt with both of them. I think for 20 years and using it, and you're gonna do more things with it. If you're buying a brand new machine, how many hours did you put on the one we got? Did we buy that brand new 20 years ago?
No, we got that from, MJ Equipment, it's a 1997, the reason why we need a different one, we can't get parts for that one. We had
Yeah.
something broke down last fall, luckily MJ had something, for parts for it. So that's why we were thinking, and we're using it more, we bought a breaker for the skid loader, to bust out concrete and everything, so we want something reliable.
I mean, I'd rather see you find something with
Yeah,
$1,000
why
on
don't we
it,
just
stay
see
in the price.
how much more it is, I mean.
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask, what's the
Doesn't hurt.
upcharge for the next
Yeah.
size up?
I think
the price increase, can we trade in the old one instead of surplus?
I think we would do better on Wisconsin surplus.
Right, but if
But we
you go
can ask-
bigger, you're probably gonna be over that.
I know we will be, definitely, we'll be.
So
over
I'm just
it.
trying to suggest a way to offset that cost.
But, well, then we don't have to buy it tomorrow. Maybe
No,
we find
no.
a demo one with 500,000 hours. We don't rack 1,000 hours on that quick. I mean, we don't rack hours on here that quick.
No,
It'll last.
So my next question would be, if you go bigger, are you gonna have a trailer big enough for that unit?
that's, I'll check that out.
Or are we gonna be talking about a
If
trailer?
we need a bigger trailer, then we need a dump truck with a 5-yard to haul it around and then.
And there's only one guy legal.
I got
Well,
license for it.
This thing can't be any bigger than the excavator.
In the interest of time, so I mean,
Yeah.
suggestions are made, right? I think that
Sure.
it sounds like a good proposal to look at, right?
Yeah.
So we can table this for tonight, and come back with some more quotes, see what it takes for trailers and everything else, right? Things I don't know about. Yeah.
So Chris, are you making a
motion? I will make a motion that we table 7.4 on purchasing those skid loader until we investigate options for one machine size up plus trailer.
A second.
It's been moved and seconded to table, in terms of further discussion for the next size up. Any further discussion on that? All those in favor of tabling, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, we're tabling that action. 7.5, discussion and possible action regarding the purchase of compact excavator.
Okay, so the quote that we had put in your package last week, we found some more information on it, so you should have had a handout by your table tonight.
Yep.
What changed on the mini excavator, Yanmar is the only excavator that you can reverse the bucket on. And all the guys like that feature, because if you have to dig under utilities, under wires, and you can turn the bucket around and you can dig this way versus you could hook it when you do it that way. That's why we're kind of looking at the Yanmar. I mean, we got different quotes here, just with the same vendor that we did with the skid loader. So the first one, the used one is 54,651. That's 2 years old. Warranty would be up to 4,000 hours or 2 more years. 2 more years, August 9th of 2020.
And it looked good to you, the?
Yeah, that one was good. We went to look at it last Thursday and then we just priced out a new one, a Yanmar. And that came in at 72,000. Why that price came down is he quoted the wrong ditching bucket on that original quote, so.
What was our budget for this? Because
That
I
budget
have
was
is
60,000.
60?
And then we looked at the John Deere, it was a little bit bigger machine, but the width of it on our trailer, you would probably have 1.5 inches on each side, so we thought, we didn't want to buy a new trailer because we don't have the,
And if I remember correctly, we were trading this one in.
well, we're probably gonna put it on Wisconsin surplus, one that we have. I think we'll do better on there because he gave us a trading price, we didn't feel it was, we would lose a lot of money.
Okay.
How many sizes bigger is this than what we have? How is this gonna benefit us better than the one we
Well, it's a
have?
little bigger machine, the one that we have now, we can't dig up, water valves and everything because it don't go deep enough. This one is gonna go when it's digging. 11, I think 11 feet, 7 inches. So we can dig down 11, 10 if you look at the top.
Yeah. It's great, long as it's the right machine and the right size.
Yeah.
We get,
If
take
we
the
go
trailer
bigger,
thing
then
out of, take the trailer out of the picture, buy the right machine. You can always shuffle around and get the right trailer, right? As long as you get the right machine, that's kind of what you want.
The price, we won't find nothing for $60,000 if we go
Correct.
bigger. That's what I'm trying to.
Okay, as long as it works for everything you want. As
And that's what we did.
long as it works for everything we do. Does the one we have reverse the bucket?
No.
Okay.
All the other vendors you can, we asked questions for everything out there.
Danny, since it's over budget, have you talked to Vicky? Is there?
This one has
funds
to be,
available?
this one
Well, this would be under
by
budget,
the used
54.
Oh, the used one.
I use them.
All right.
one. Yeah. So we went out there.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at.
They're gonna clean it all up, change all the fluids, everything, go over,
And the little blemishes on there, Brian, the next winter, he'll have them cleaned up.
Where's that one at?
Huh?
Where's that one at currently?
Like Brookings and
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan Falls, is that area there where he is now? Yeah, they'll change all the fluids, they'll clean it all up, it'll just look both brand new, so. I mean, if you want us to buy us new one,
I'm sure you would.
Well, on that note, I will make a motion to approve the purchase of the used 2024 Yanmar SV40 with cab compact excavator for the price of $54,651.00.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the purchase of the used Yanmar compact excavator. Is there any further discussion? Then all in favor of going ahead with the purchase, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, moving on to 7.6. Approve finance and personnel's recommendation to approve the updated 2026 finance and purchasing policy. And Teresa, do you have any further input on this? I know basically it was just to add, to correct some things that had been left out of, there's no substantive change aside from just making some corrections in things that have been, that should have been in there originally, correct?
Right, the biggest thing I think that, complaint that we had talked about is having more quotes come in when purchasing things. So that is now added into here. Other than that, I mean, there isn't a big change, no.
So purchase limits not changed,
Correct,
just more quotes.
right.
Well, then I guess I will make a motion to approve finance and personnel's recommendation to approve the updated 2026 finance and purchasing policy.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, moving on. Approve Public Works recommendation to approve the proposed amendment to ordinance 225-1, 225-2, and 225-3. Is there anyone here from Public Works that can address this?
Or Brad, would you mind?
Yeah, well, my one comment, this is similar to the zoning. We're gonna actually need an ordinance. I know we drafted it, but we need to notice it for an ordinance number. So we'll have to table this. The plan commission, or excuse me, the committee made the recommendation for the amendments. I wasn't at the last meeting for that, so I'm not quite sure what the discussion was. But
I believe
when
the
the board,
discussion was to proceed as corrected in our
okay.
wording.
But we'll need to come back with an actually notice on the agenda as an ordinance, not an action item, not just a approval.
Do we need to make a motion then to,
Would they still
Just table
approve
it.
what was
Yeah.
presented and then
No, I would just leave it, the table the
table
whole thing.
complete?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brad, do we need a motion to table then?
Yes.
Then I move to table our approval of Public Works recommendation on the said ordinances until further clarification via ordinance.
I'll
If that makes
second.
any sense.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we have it. Moving on to 7.8, approve write-off of inactive utility accounts. And I wish that Vicky were here, but as I recall from years past, this is pretty much a pro forma thing that we do. It's very minor amounts and it's,
That the village just ends up paying.
right, and
Rather
that
than
it's,
going
it's,
after the
it's
resident.
your clerical time spent on trying to recoup these very minor amounts or.
It's not worth it, so we just, the village basically pays that little bit amount that's left.
I can motion to approve the write-off of inactive utility accounts.
Seconded.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to write off the inactive utility accounts. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Okay. 7.9, approve new apartment lease.
So this one, they're right now paying $650 a month. The resident that's living there now is moving out. His daughter or his son and fiance would like to move in. So now there's gonna be 2 residents rather than 1. Vicky typed up a letter asking if the board would give it to them for $750 rather than $650 due to 2 people rather than 1.
And plus, I think we had discussed in the past that would be an option to raise the rent if the lease came due, so.
People are using more water, so.
Yeah.
And Rosie actually gave me information she'd like to share with you guys. She knows it's just information she'd like to share. She said her thoughts are the Village of Belgium is paying a lot for the utilities for that rental. You're now going to have 2 people living there. My feelings are $800, not $750, requiring a year lease and after a year, month to month then.
I agree
So
with
that's
the year
Rosie's
lease.
thoughts.
I'm sorry, Andrew, what?
I agree with the year lease and then it month to month therefore after. I also have a question on why we're paying electricity.
It's impossible not to.
Because it's all that one.
Yeah.
Got it.
How does,
What
how does the board feel about the change up to 800?
How much is electric coming out?
Pretty good.
Pretty well now. I mean,
I
there's
gave you
there's no
the printout
garage
of
offer.
the water bill that gets paid
No
by the
garage offer,
village.
just the parking.
The electric bill.
I'd like to leave it at $750 and keep someone in there.
Okay, so Kevin, you would leave it at 750 to make sure that we had,
Have it rented.
Well, the
okay.
comparable rents are, this is still pretty decent at $750.
Well,
I
and
know, but there's no garage and
the village is paying water, gas and electric.
we're paying heat there too?
Yeah.
Or probably just electric.
I think the 800 is reasonable.
Okay.
I agree with
I
Rosie.
guess.
Well, I think you're right.
I think the electric is separate, but we pay the heat.
Okay.
The gas and water.
Yeah, it says water,
Oh, gas
heat,
and the water?
sewer, gas and trash. Well, yeah, and tenant pays electricity.
Yeah.
Would anyone care to make a motion?
So, sorry, the proposal is 800 a month?
750.
$750?
I thought we.
Rosie.
750 was
Rosie.
the proposal.
Rosie said hers was 800, she was thinking.
Okay,
Correct.
I'm looking at you, Chris.
Well, I'll make a motion to
Yeah.
approve that new apartment lease, split the rent at 800 with a 1-year lease and then month to month after.
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to increase the rent to 800 and to have it as a 12-month lease with month to month thereafter. Any discussion?
One question, what happens if they say no now? Then it's sitting there empty.
And we put a sign out.
Put a sign.
Yeah, put a for rent sign on it.
All right, somebody will rent it.
The Tom's in the area, we're
Yeah.
getting 100 not.
I guess we can run 750 and upped it eventually when you have them, rather than scare them.
800 a
I
month
don't
is
know.
not a,
Okay.
is not.
Okay, we have a motion on the table. Anyone in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so you got it, right? Okay.
Got it.
The village board needs to convene to close session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.851E to discuss bargaining strategy regarding lease terms and rental rates for village-owned property. I'll entertain a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
I'll second.
Okay, and we have to poll to go into closed session if I recall
Yep,
correctly,
correct.
so,
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Aye.
okay, so, I'm sorry, folks, this is the end of the festivities for the time being, so.
I could ask a question. What does it go home when all her